And we're back. Welcome back, everyone. Craig here, the Resourceful Catholic Man. It's been a little bit since I recorded to this channel. I've been working a lot on a lot of different stuff. Um, and I have some pretty cool stuff going to be coming out on this channel. Um, but um, this is just taking a little bit of a back burner, but I wanted to check in with you guys, let YouTube know that I'm still alive. Um, You, I have a little weird bit of a weird camera angle today because, my normal, webcam, uh, displays too much of the bookshelf, and my bookshelf has incriminating information about who I am. And, I'm actually getting closer to coming out of the closet a little bit, but I'm not quite there. Some of you know who I really am and what I do, but for those that don't, I'm just gonna continue to tease you a little bit, so I'm going to hide behind the mic and the strange camera angle. But I have a few minutes today before I head home and help get the kids supper and all that kind of stuff. My wife works on Wednesday evenings, so Wednesdays are a little bit challenging for me. But so this is probably not a topic, but the title of this episode is "I Wish I Had Learned Sales," and so I'm 47 and I am not in sales. Although the older I get, the more I learn that everything is sales to some extent. And I grew up my my parents were farmers, and then when we stopped farming, we my dad was a laborer, he was a carpenter, and then I kind of became a carpenter, wage labor. I learned to work hard as a young age. And then I went to college and then to more school. And then, you know, I have a job that isn't sales, but you're always trying to attract business, right? And I think sales is one of those things that most of us don't enjoy doing, and myself included. I don't enjoy sales. Um, Kind of putting yourself out there. I think a lot of us fear rejection. And I don't know. A lot of us associate sales with kind of sleazy tactics and getting people to purchase something they really don't want, which can be the case. But for the most part, sales is just that relationship between consumer and whoever has something to sell, whether it's product, services, or something else like that. And so when I was younger, I always worked for someone else. I eventually became an owner in the company I work for now, but I um, started out as an employee, and I worked, in summers and during school. I worked, I milked cows, I did carpentry work. I had a number of jobs, but it was just hourly work, which was fine. I mean, um, but I really wasn't developing any special skills that would help me later on in life. I was basically just trying to get a paycheck. Um, and the reason I bring this up now is now I'm at a point in my life where I really uh, wish I had. I wish I was better at sales. I'm trying to become better at sales. It doesn't really become any easier in your 40s than it does in your 20s, and I would say in some ways it's maybe more difficult. Um, but so anyway, because I want to become better at sales and marketing, I have involved myself in some sales-based businesses that have nothing to do with my day job. And in fact, they're almost the exact opposite of what I do in my day job. Um, and I'm starting out, and I am having to learn sales and things that I'm uncomfortable with. And it's a network sales business, and I know those get bad raps. I'm not going to tell you which one it is, but um, they all get people either love them or hate them. I like this one because it involves stuff that I already use and products that I enjoy. And so very easy for me to become involved in that business. So in the process, I one of the reasons I got into the business is I was hoping that my kids, I really am not doing it for the money. I really am doing it much more for the sales skills and the networking, expanding the group of people that know me. But actually, more than anything else, I would like to give my kids an opportunity to be involved in a sales based business that I really had no experience with when I was younger. Now, sales is hard, especially if your paycheck is based in part or in whole on what you sell, right? That's the attractive part of a wage work is you do the work and you get paid, but your what you get paid isn't really related to your productivity. There's both a safety net there and a ceiling, right? You can be the best employee and you're getting paid the same whether you kind of screw off and are only modestly productive. Sales for those that are motivated and willing to become better and to scale themselves, sales offers most people an opportunity to earn much more money for less effort than they would at a wage work, right? But you have to develop those skills. It takes time, and for a lot of people, when you start into a sales uh, position, it can be kind of lean for a while. And so what I've discovered is I've been networking with people and inviting people to check out this business. Is most people, and I would have been the same way at that age, and in fact, I was the same way at that age. I wasn't really interested in that. I just wanted to make money. Just let me go do my job. Let me put in my 8 or 10 hours, collect a paycheck because this isn't what I want to do long term. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I think it is a little short sighted. I was certainly short sighted about it, and I think a lot of people tend to be sort of short sighted about it. And I wish I wish someone had given me this message when I was in my certainly my 20s, maybe 30s. I wish someone had given me this message and said, you know what, and not to, I mean, do this in addition to your wage work, okay? Especially starting out. That's the thing. When you're when you're looking for a job and you're looking for income, a sales job isn't necessarily ideal because you need money now, not 6 months from now. That which might be what it takes to develop the skills and the confidence and the clients, the customers, whatever that you need to get, to make money at it. But if you're willing to kind of put in that effort on the front end without necessarily immediate remuneration, it can really pay off in the long run. But most of us don't really have that element of forward looking. Some of it's out of necessity, some of it's out of impatience, whatever. But what I would strongly encourage people to do is to really explore and consider some sort of a sales based operation. There's all kinds of businesses out there. Things like, Pampered Chef, Mary Kay. No, those tend to be more for women, but there's other ones that they are really suitable for all genders. And I really would just encourage you, if you aren't already doing so, to maybe consider that because I really think I would, have benefited from that skills, either both directly and indirectly in my 30s and in my 40s if I'd have started then. Uh, Directly in that I probably would have created a source of income, whether it's a side hustle or a substantial source of income to augment what I do, at my day job, right? But indirectly, I think I would have been developing those the skills as well as the connections. So much of, I think, unless you just work at a job, have work at a job and you just do the work, you know, um, a lot of a lot of work, even if you're working for someone else, is who's in your circle of people. When someone is looking for someone that does what you do, they're going to look for people they know first. I got a message just a few minutes ago from a gentleman. I haven't talked to him in a couple of years, but we went to the CrossFit gym together for a couple of years, and he reached out to me because he knew I'm the only person that does this kind of work, and it was so there was because we knew each other. So a lot of it is the circle of people around you, and you really can expand that circle if you are in a type of sales or entrepreneurial business. And the sooner you get started at that, the better. And it's hard. It's hard when you're young, you're hungry, you're trying to make money. Maybe you're saving up money for a car or a house or start a family, and you're not making much money to start out, and it's uncomfortable. You got to like be vulnerable. You got to take rejection. Whereas if you just go work, go show up at Home Depot or whatever and put in your time and collect your paycheck, that's very attractive. But I would really encourage people to think a little outside the box. Think 3, 5, 10 years down the road, and I think you might very well be grateful if you take that kind of step. You probably know people in your life that are in those kinds of businesses. If not, I guarantee you, if you put a post on Facebook, say, "Hey, I'm interested in making a little extra money and developing some sales skills." Who's in a business or marketing business that would be interested in showing me what you got? Guarantee you, those that those that do this kind of stuff will be more than happy to respond to you. And if you truly don't know anyone or anything, I'm happy to give you some ideas. Maybe I'll put some in the description if I think about it. And I'm happy to tell you about the businesses I'm in, but I'm just to avoid controversy, I'm not going to name which one I'm in. But just to part of what I want to do in this show, this channel, YouTube channel and podcast is to um, share some of the things I wish I would have learned earlier on, or some of the things I did learn earlier on that maybe other people wouldn't, to help the next generation of, especially men, fathers, and husbands, to maybe get to where you want to go faster and maybe avoid some of the struggles that I have gone through and continue to to go through, in part because I don't think I had anyone to really tell me this kind of stuff when I was a little younger, a little more energy, a little less responsibilities in life, whatever the case may be. So if you have any questions or anything, feel free to leave them in the comments. I think my email address is somewhere in the description. I'm happy to um to chat with you, share what I can. People have particular topics either related to this or not that you'd like to hear me talk about on this show. Just leave a comment or send me a message. I'll be happy to talk about it if I can. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. This will be a little shorter video. I don't know if I'll be doing regular videos on this starting next week, but I would imagine in the next couple of weeks, I should be putting out weekly content on this in this channel, and I hope to be able to interact with you guys and share ideas and help each other out, especially those of you that are trying to support a family. It's difficult in this age, and I would love to share whatever little tidbits of wisdom I can for the next generation. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. Appreciate you for listening, and until next time, everyone, have a good one.